With a live project, you're trying to balance a lot of different elements. Because of course, you want to make sure that all of your source devices, the instruments, where the music begins is being captured properly. If we're doing our job right, and I'll start from the drum set, I spend a lot of time tuning the kit. I try to make sure that that kit lives in this room in a comfortable way. Then after that, you want to partner with an engineer that understands that process. In this case, the great Frank Filipetti.
Okay. All right, question is, I can give you kind of a dry with our own reverb signal on the direct keyboards or the mixer. All right, well, we're ready when Omar's ready.
Here's a guy that knows a lot about recording drums and making drummers comfortable in the studio. And that's the other thing. Because when you're doing a live session, it's not like when you're at home working on your laptop and you've got your sequence and you're jamming by yourself. That's fun. But when you're doing a live tracking session, it's all about the comfort of that moment, of that experience.
Well, the most critical is the musician. That's number one. The better the player, the better the sound. It's a perfectly linear progression. You get a great player who knows how to hit a drum or pluck a string, you're going to get a great sound unless you really don't know what you're doing. So that's the first thing. Second thing is a great sounding room. Once you've eliminated those external factors and you're getting now into the electrical side, the most important thing is the clock and your interface, the thing that provides you your signal. And in this particular case, we're using a matrix. It uses the DAD clock, which is, for my money, the best clock out there. Right now, let's hear the last take that we just did.
Funny because when you're talking about sound and you're talking about audio, you can easily fall into kind of those catchwords that you hear all the time. You know what I mean? And it's almost something beyond that. I don't want to start throwing around words like transparency and warmth and, all of that is, everybody's got their idea of what that is. But what I will say is that what I'm hearing out here, I'm hearing in there. And maybe it's just that simple. If I tune a drum, and I'm playing that drum with a certain amount of dynamics, I don't want the system to get in the way of that. I just want the system to simply capture that.
We're using the matrix, but we're not only using it as a clock, we are also using it as our A to D interface. So that means that from the microphone, we are going directly into the matrix, which has its own preamp. And so we are not using, as you can see back there, there's that beautiful old Neve console, which everybody salivates over. But the bottom line is, the whole point of this was to see how this would go. And it's been amazing. So we're not using any of the Neve preamps. We're going directly into the matrix. Then the matrix delivers it to Pro Tools.
So that's what I'm hearing. So call it what you want. Transparency, warmth, I don't know, but I know I like it. I know that it's making me feel good, and that's a big deal, right? Because, it's sort of like the difference between listening to the speakers and listening through the speakers.